Big time, isn't it? The reason half of you wonderful people subscribed to me this year, a Yandere Simulator video. Now, I put this off for so damn long because I needed more information this time around. Clearly my first video, which was 4 months of research, wasn't enough, I see. So this time I spent most of 2018 searching for information on Yandere Dev. Now, I was gonna release this video in December, but given his recent actions, I decided that no, wait, I have enough research. I don't need to wait until December and tease you guys until then. So yeah, I'm doing the video now. First, I have some words for you, Alex Mahan, aka Yandere Dev, or Eva Zephorn. I know you like to make yourself seem like an innocent angel. You always do in your videos. Everyone in this world is out to make an attack on your life while you sit there and play video games for hours at a time and stream every waking moment of your life. Well, you lie to your fans that what you do every waking moment of your life is develop the game when that's clearly not the case. You're gonna say everything is taken out of context, but don't worry, I'll give your fans context. You're gonna say I'm making an attack on your character. Well, maybe you need a wake-up call for how you treat others. You're 29 or something, for goodness sake. How is it a 20-year-old like myself is being more mature than you right now? Finally, I know you'll send witch hunts to your fans if I name anyone, so here in this video, everyone is going to remain anonymous for their protection. I don't want anyone getting hurt. Unlike Yandere Dev, I won't close comments and I can take criticism. Let's be honest with ourselves. When has Yandere Dev ever said that he's grateful to you fans other than thanking you for the development of the game? Time and time again, Alex has said multiple times how his fans constantly bother him and apparently stop him from developing the game. I get getting a lot of notifications about things. I get at least 20 notifications a day from my first video, but do I go out and say you guys are bothering me? No, because you're not. A fan is not even a bother unless the fan is spamming you every day about one thing and, you know, creepily talking about their devotion to you. Remember Midori Gurin and how he kills her every time she asks a question that has some actual sound to it? Remember how he said Midori is meant to represent fans? Yeah, he clearly loves his fans so much if he wants to stab them in the head when they ask an honest question. I also have an example here of how a fan asked a simple question and he basically said fuck you to a fan with a simple question. I know what you're saying. Oh, he must have been mad at one fan for asking something earlier. How about his latest Osana video where he villainized Midori again, who, may I remind you again, is meant to represent the fan base, by saying you guys are bothering him about getting his damn job done. His fans have every right to ask where Osana is. He gets paid thousands on Patreon to finish his game, and yet it isn't enough and he's gonna ask for a Kickstarter eventually. One last thing about this. Ask yourself, does the creator of this really like his fans if he closed down the comments section, which essentially cuts off contact for majority of his fans? Look at all the creators out there and ask yourself how many have done such a thing. The ones that are jerks, that's for sure. If my fans were paying me, I'd treat them like fucking royalty and try to create content and progress I know they'll enjoy. Yet with Alex, he just wants to milk his fans' Patreon money for all it's worth and ask for even more from the future Kickstarter. I asked a very dear friend of mine who's also a game developer for VR and other projects. I'm not going to say his name or work for his protection, but here we'll call him Mark. Mark and I had a conversation about this, and looking into Yandere Dev's code, he explained to me how horribly messed up the code is. I also looked into other programmers who have all said the same thing. His code is impossible to work with and makes day one Fallout New Vegas look stable. I'm not going to pretend here like I know immense programming. I've just worked with coding here and there on Tumblr themes and games I developed for a game development class in high school, okay? I do know enough to tell you by just looking at it, the code is a hot mess. Want to know another fact? The gaming company Yandere Dev said he worked for, he wasn't even a programmer. He simply played test the games, and they weren't even for PC, they were for phones, which, as you know, phones run on a completely different operating system than computers do. Look at the code for Yandere Simulator yourself. Look at how absolutely cluttered and messy the game's coding is, with all this .this variables in it. Mind you, this is just loading textures, by the way. Here's a similar code for loading a ball into a game provided by Unity, aka the engine Yandere Dev is using, by the way, who has basic coding lessons on their website. Look at how clean and neat it looks in comparison to, again, this. I've also got this comment by a lovely person in the comment section of my previous video who stated this as well. I've blurred out his name for his protection, by the way. You'll see me do this a lot. I don't really know where to put this one, but I would also like to mention he streams for hours on end every single day, despite the fact that he tells his fans that he works all day every day on the game. How about I show you one quick highlight from his Twitch, eh? times has Yandere stated that he needs money from a Kickstarter for the game, despite the fact that he makes all his money on Patreon. Yeah, okay, maybe he needs to pay voice actors and whatnot, I'll give him that at least. How about an artist who wanted to post her concept art for the Ghost character on Tumblr, but was told to take the picture down, despite it being her own art, because it ruined the illusion of the character. How delusional do you have to be to try and make a clearly fictional character seem real? It's like that stupid Herobrine thing Minecraft fans like. Wanna know why she posted her art to begin with? Yandere didn't even credit her. But then again, this is an easy fact already, that Yandere often doesn't credit or outright steals fan art from other people. Oh, I know. Let's see what he has to say about stealing all this fan art for fake silhouettes of DLC characters. He basically admitted it. Wow. Let me be honest with you, Yandere. Tracing over someone else's fan art is still stealing. Your excuse for, I drew over it, so it's mine now, is basically the exact same thing children on DeviantArt use when they want to make those shitty self-insert drawings. It was about halfway through recording this video that I was alerted on information on everything I've been saying in this video through a post Yandere made on his blog. I don't know why he didn't make a video about it, but, you know, whatever. And it seems, wow, he actually addresses every problem I have with him as a person. I mean, he still won't admit to rapeplay, but the game's illegal, and since he's afraid of legal action, it seems maybe that's why? I would like to mention that again, his wording once more comes off as an innocent victim in a sea of haters. Yandere, you literally admit to yourself in a quote, 12% of fans have turned against me. Dude, you know that's not a big number, right? If you said 30 or 40, then I'd be actually impressed, but like, that's the same percentage of how far you are in game development. I actually have a better idea. Don't announce the game at all if it isn't anywhere near ready yet. That Cyberpunk 77 game you mentioned? Yeah, they didn't have a release date because they announced the concept of the game. And even then, everyone hates when people announce just a concept. He acts like all this bad stuff is in the past, like years ago when the Cuphead stream I showed a while back, that was last year or something, so yeah, he's still acting the same. Okay, I'll give him some semblance of pity, but it's that kind of pity where you see this character you don't like on the ground begging for mercy, so you feel a little bad, but you still don't care about them. Yeah, it's like that. However, he acts like all he did was the typical cringy rage kid thing similar to Sammy Classic Sonic fan, and just yelled at the screen and talked about how emo he was about his looks. Yeah, okay, sure, Yandere. So we're supposed to just kind of openly accept that you wanted to murder your parents in their sleep, got offended when a woman at your school stopped dressing in a way that shows her boobs, and supported school shootings? I'm pretty sure no man in their early 20s thinks this way unless they're your classic fuckboy who wears a Rainbow Dash fedora. And I like how you threw people like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye under the bus by saying their behavior in their Let's Plays caused you to feel like you needed to be a ragey and angry person. You know, kind of blaming the people who got you popular in the first place. That's a stupid decision to make. And also, how delusional do you have to be to blame a Let's Play channel for the cause of your own behavior? It just sounds like you're coming up with any excuse you can to try and justify the way you act as a man your age. Calls people like me a hater, which is just, can I talk about how this man is 30 years old? Like, dude, stop trying to act like you're this little kid who can get away with anything. I get you're probably mentally stuck there, but geez, you gotta put on your big boy pants at some point. You know Scott Cawthon? Yeah, when he made Chipper and Sons, everyone got what Yandere calls mean to him about how the game was shitty and his characters look creepy. Did Scott Cawthon delete every comment about it and go on 4chan to sob about it? No, he put on his big boy pants and made a game that'll shape a generation of Chuck E. Cheese fans. Also, probably the reason Chuck E. Cheese is removing animatronics. Just saying, by the way. That game Scott Cawthon made? Five Nights at Freddy's. A game viewed as one of the most successful indie games ever made. Is FNAF a good game? I mean, not entirely, but the point is, he took the negative things people said about him and turned it into something positive. And I'm gonna be real with you, Yandere. This whole thing is so stupid because it wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have had to do any of this if you just didn't read the comments section. If you can't handle criticism, don't go looking for it. It's not that hard. Before I end this video, I have some things to clarify about the first video, cause I have a feeling people aren't gonna read the description of that one. Okay, yeah, I was wrong about Senpai's sister. I get a lot of comments about that, and it was even mentioned in a video. Considering the context Yandere Dev gave about how every female rival wants Senpai's romantic love, and Hanako had romantic hearts around her in her character introduction, don't you think it's easy to come to that conclusion? Yeah, it is easy. It's a major curveball to throw all these romantic rivals, and one that's not to mention his background I mentioned kinda earlier, so... I would also like to mention it's a huge curveball when you consider she's the second to last rival, and all other rivals up until this point were romantically interested in him. The teacher and nurse are still disgusting, by the way. End of story. With all this being said, thank you so much for watching. This will be my last Yandere Simulator video. I don't want my channel's focus to be on this game and to be beating a dead horse, as I've said all I needed to say now. If Osana is finished in the future, then hooray. But either way, unless something really serious happens, I'm not going to be doing any more videos about this. I'm sorry to a lot of fans who subscribe to this channel because of that, but I like to talk about all kinds of animated things, not just Yandere Simulator stuff, you know? Not to mention Alex is just a tiring person to try and show that he's, you know, a terrible person. I've had to rewrite the script dozens of times because he kept trying to justify himself, and you know, 3 script writes is a little more than just draining. And to you, Alex, who will eventually watch this video thanks to the power of social media and the internet, know that if you do anything, you'll just prove my point. Try to take this video down and you'll prove that you're a man-child who can't handle anyone critiquing your personality or work as a game developer. Any kind of action you take against me for this video will further prove my point that you're someone who can't handle anything anyone says about you without viewing it as a damn near attack on your life. Then again, he's an actual man-child who can't handle anything, so like you probably won't even watch this video. My advice to you in the future, create something positive out of negative things people say about you, or just, you know, shrug off the negativity like an adult. You know, that's what you are here. You're kinda not acting like it. Once again, thank you for watching, and hopefully my future video talking about anime stuff will be a little more positive. Bye!